Good morning, Friday, back on the Captain's Log. Amanda Bates, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
A really cool cause. I know I took part in the Bonita Leadership Program, and you are running the Collier.
That's right. The Leadership Collier Foundation, which is the Greater Naples Chambers version.
Yeah, I think it's really good.
Thanks.
And I know you guys, for years, how many years has it been going on?
So the Leadership Collier program, which is the flagship, senior leadership program, that has actually been in Collier since 1989. So that's 30 years.
And 30 years of people in the community that have become leaders. And the program itself, I'm sure it's very similar to what I did, right? You take people who are potentially leaders in the community already, and you walk them through all the different things that we have to offer here, correct? From arts, entertainment, all the way to the politics side, right?
That's right. You want to share it while I finish that?
Yeah.
So if you're a part of the Leadership Collier program, and we have actually multiple versions of the leadership program.
Which one do you want?
It's the very last one there.
Oh, okay, good.
Did we do it? Sorry, guys.
We're
sharing to the Chambers page.
There we go.
Technical difficulties. You got it?
Yep.
Awesome.
Perfect.
So, the adult version of it, we're going to different places, but we're not going to, any, ordinary place. We're going to go and we're going to go behind the scenes, and we're going to hear from the top executive there, hear from the CEO, and see what really makes that business or that entity function and how it affects our community.
Right. And then a lot of times, it's eye-opening stuff you don't realize when you do the arts day, or even do you do one with the Naples Police or the Sheriff's Department?
Oh yeah,
that's amazing. Right?
It's unbelievable. Well, it happens to be a fan favorite for many reasons.
It is. Yeah,
people really enjoy that day. But we have commerce, government, law enforcement, arts, media, environment, did I say that? Education, human services, so on and so forth. So agriculture. And
it's a big deal. When your company or when you decide to apply for it, how many applications do you get? It's
a great question. So we actually have an extremely competitive program for all, because we have a leadership program for senior level leaders. We have a young professional leadership program, and we have a youth leadership program.
Wow.
So I would say for each...
Wait, tell me about the youth leadership program. My kids, I might have to give them a second job now.
You got it.
What is that?
Well, first let me answer your question. We have about 70 to 80 applications for each program.
Wow.
And then the class size that that the selection committee, because staff does not select the classes for very good reasons, we can bring in about 40 to 42 for the adults.
So who selects it?
So they're past graduates of the programs.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I put together a selection committee so that they read and score and select. And part of what they're doing is they want to make a really diverse class so that, you're not if you're an attorney, you're not going to have 15 other attorneys in this group.
Yeah, everybody in there isn't going to be a dentist, right?
Right.
You want different parts of the community to be represented.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So each year, then when they go through the course, then they can actually groom the community more, right? That was the idea. I know, because I did it.
That's it. And then
it's a commitment. It's good. I mean, these people are literally it's a nice commitment to do.
Yeah.
It's a feel-good thing, but also it's you're giving back because you learn all these things, and then the goal is that you teach others, what it's all about, right?
That's it. You not only teach others, but then you probably are gonna, throughout the course of your, leadership runs from September through March. They graduate in April. Over the course of that time, you're gonna know and learn about something that you feel compelled as a group to support. And so what they end up doing is they end up doing amazing class projects to do something to make an impact in the community. And for the rest of their professional and maybe retired lives in Collier, they are the kind of people that will want to get more involved and support the things that need to happen to make Collier the best place to live, work, and visit.
Yes, I agree. I agree 100%. And I feel that passionate about that as well. So I think it's really good. And we have a big event coming up, right? Off the Hook.
We do.
Tell me about this.
We have a talent show.
Yes.
So about 3 years ago, we had a presentation from one of our graduates. His name is Aaron Lapp. He's on social media.
There you go.
And he gave a presentation, and he just threw in his humor into it. And was laughing tears, like he was so funny. He might perform it off the hook
there you
someday.
go, yeah.
But he's actually a director of development for the Conservancy. He's
okay.
an extreme professional. He was just so funny. So I thought, I bet you there are other alumni that have hidden talents.
Yeah.
So we're putting together this talent show. It's put together, and we have 5 acts.
It's coming right up in Tuesday night.
That's right, and it's a fundraiser for scholarships, so that people who maybe wouldn't be able to do our youth program or our leadership program for the tuition. Right?
That's
There's
great.
a scholarship for them.
Because there is a fee. So it's not only a commitment financially, but you have to dedicate a certain amount of days to this.
Yes.
So it's not like you just show up in one day and you're done.
Oh, no.
I mean, no, these people are really working hard to better the community and better themselves.
Yes, very much. You got it.
And so you're going to raise money for a scholarship to join one of the programs for somebody who may not be able to afford it.
That's right. So some people look at the program, and so for the youth program, it's $500 tuition, and then for a senior leadership, it's $2,200. So if a nonprofit's looking at that cost, or an entrepreneur who's just starting out, or a student whose family wouldn't be able to support that $500 income, we don't want that ever to be a problem.
Right.
So we work hard to make sure that we have scholarships.
And do you do those scholarships annually, every year?
Yep.
There's different scholarships?
Yep.
Okay, great.
That's it.
So there is ways that you can do it. You can't always just use the excuse that you can't afford it.
Correct.
Because you guys will help.
We'll make it happen.
All right.
Yeah.
And then, so what's the youth program about, and how many youth students go through that? That's exciting.
It is exciting. We're so proud of them. And there's actually a whole nother part of that youth development work that we do that we can maybe touch on later. But it's for high school juniors. So this year, me and my coworker Alex Bro will go into all of the high schools, private, public, and we will recruit juniors in high school to apply. So are your kids at juniors yet?
No.
Okay.
No. They're 7th and 8th graders.
They got a few years.
Yeah.
And then we have, again, about maybe 60 to 70 applications for a class of 33. And then that group of 33 will represent all schools in Collier County. So a couple from each school will get selected. And again, they're just, when you say, how do you get selected? A lot of people ask that. They're really just looking for people that want to do it for the intentions of bettering the community and being a leader.
You probably try to select people who are going to be committed to do it, to finish it, right? I mean,
well, certainly. That's
because it is a big part of it.
Yeah.
So when they do that in the school system at the junior level, is it the same type of class? Does each class represent the same thing, and just depends on your...
Every year the topics are the same, but how we go about learning about those topics is usually a little different. So it would be for the students once they were selected, and that program would be the first week that they get out of school usually. So it's over the summer. First week they get out of school in June, and I hate to say it, but kids and adults alike usually leave these programs going, Amanda, this really changed my life.
Of course.
It's, and the whole point for us, right, is that they realize how special Collier County is. They don't realize that until they kind of get past
there were so many things that I didn't know that we had to offer. I was coming home telling my family, like, you can't believe, like, we need to go here, we need to go take this tour, and
that's exactly it.
And I've lived here 25 years, right?
I
didn't know that some of this stuff exists.
Exactly.
Because you live your life every day, and you don't explore everything that it has to offer locally. You're always traveling and going everywhere else, right? To see new things. But we have so much here, all these years, and I still haven't seen everything.
Oh yeah, and so if we're talking about law enforcement, for example, and we're working with the sheriff's office or the city of Naples police or what, we're going.
Tell me about speaking of the sheriffs.
Yeah.
The sheriff's day when you ride with them, did you guys get to crash the cars?
Sometimes I suppose the programs are different every year, but the sheriff's office and City of Naples Police and Marco, they pull out all the stops for us so that we can really experience and I have to say, the point of that is for us to not see how cool their toys are, because they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's really to understand everything that goes into making Collier County one of the safest places to live. I mean, they really work so hard, and the stress that their deputies feel, you go through their simulations and you realize those quick decisions that they need to make, and your mind is blown.
Totally.
It's unbelievable.
One of the most memorable times was when we got to ride in the patrol cars, and they do the crash where they wipe the car out.
Oh man!
At like full speed, and it like spins out.
Wow.
It's so awesome.
Whew, I didn't do that.
You didn't do that.
No.
They give you helmets and like a safety vest, and then they literally like speed down this runway, and you know how like they take out the car with the other car and it spins it out. You get to do that like as many times as you want.
Oh my
and like
goodness.
you crash it to the side. It was amazing.
Gosh.
Amazing.
Wow.
Had a good time.
That's wild.
Yeah. So this is what we're gonna do next right now while we're driving. I'm gonna show you how my technique was. Just kidding.
Hold on to your hats.
Just kidding. We had safety gear on. But it was like on a runway. It was really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That was amazing. And then we got to shoot.
Yep.
We learned about gun safety.
That's right.
We had so many good times. It was really amazing. One of the things that was amazing to me too was the mosquito. Do you guys do like the pest control and the mosquito?
We do.
That's so crazy.
It's a really important part of our community, isn't it?
So important. And
Right?
who the heck would have known?
That's right.
Yeah.
All the details, and then and the other thing too is after you graduate, then you have all of these connections for life. You know, these are usually the people that, at least with our program, I mean, you've got, if there's someone getting married or having a baby, these are the people that are there, you know, supporting them in all of their major life
you
events.
do a lot of team building and like everyone really meshes, even after like the first few days, right?
Yeah.
Like right away.
Fast friends for life. Yeah. It's really great. We have another avenue or another initiative of our foundation that we're working on right now, and have been doing so pretty strongly for the last 2 years, and that's called work-based learning.
Oh.
So we've been thinking about how to work more with youth, because if we thought, man, if we only reach 33 kids with these cool experiences, how could we do more? And even the kids who go through it are like, gosh, I wish my friends could do this program. It's so great. It opened my eyes. So we have now, we have this initiative called Work-Based Learning. We have a director who does this work full-time. And we are supporting students with professional workplace experiences while they're in school. So if your kids are like, you know, I'm really kind of interested in engineering.
Right. That's what my son wants to do.
But
I'll tell you right now, he doesn't want to do that. He thinks he does.
He thinks he does. So one of the things that we do, like I myself, I know I had an internship every year in college, and all of those internships led me to understand that's not what I want to do.
Right.
So whatever. It led me to where I am today, and I'm glad. But so she will support students with getting those workplace experiences. So your son, for example, would be able to spend a day with an engineer.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and then maybe when they're ready, maybe these students are in a program like NAF Academy, or they just are ready for a summer internship. She'll support working with businesses to open up space and find opportunities for students to have these.
We had, in my college was different too, and so I really am a big fan of interns. By the way, I always have interns at the comedy club, and working with me full-time as well, doing marketing, etc. But the idea of the internship or even a program like that is so important. I mean, it was mandatory. We did 3 internships before we graduated. 2 had to be over the summer, and 1 had to be a whole semester. I know that's a lot for a school to make sure that you have to do, but that was part of their curriculum, and every major had to do that. So big fan, totally agree with it.
It's great, and so from an internship, and the coolest part is that we're starting with kids in high school.
Right.
So could you imagine what kind of impact that would make on you if you started in high school?
Yeah, that absolutely would be a life changer for sure.
Right.
And then so many kids come into college thinking they want to do something, and they really had no clue until they did an internship.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
and they're like,
exactly.
I don't want to do that, or I love doing this part of that job. So if they had that opportunity in high school to already start focusing ahead of time, that would be really amazing.
Yeah, so we're supporting students, really all students, and high school, college. Honestly, if there's students in middle school or even elementary that are looking for some career speaker series to come into their schools or whatever, we're doing it.
Well, Tuesday night, what time is showtime?
Tuesday night talent show for the with our alumni association, and we have about 20 spots left.
Yep. They can get tickets on the website.
Chamber's website today, because we closed
Naples Chamber.
Greater Naples Chamber's website today, because we're closing registration at the end of today. 20 spots left.
They're shutting it down, people.
Shutting it down.
Get your tickets.
It's gonna be a hoot.
Of
We've
course.
got singing, dancing,
and
all
food.
for scholarship and food. Thanks to this guy right here.
Yeah, so it'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time. Well, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. This is the Captain's Log. Amanda, you're doing it. You're doing it all, and I appreciate it. Thank you for being such a good community leader.
Thanks, Brian.
Appreciate your time. Thank you. Bye-bye.